Well, g'day everybody, and welcome back to Railroads Online. We're just doing I thought I might film a quick. Just going to bring that regulator down just a little bit. I just thought I might film a quick logging run. I've set up a line between the sawmill and the logging camp. I've gone around the base of. If I just get back in here and get out here. There's quite a large mountain over there, and I've kind of gone around the base of that because it was going to be too hard to get over. By the time I ran a bridge straight from the logging camp across to there, but it was getting back downhill was going to be a bit of an issue, especially when we're running back. But we're running back empty, so it doesn't really matter that much because this little baby will actually pull. Let's just bring that in again. Do a little bit of coasting. We'll actually pull these 6 carriages up a hill with a little. It needs quite a little bit of power, especially for a steep slope. And you will see that as we move up here, I probably should have been going up here at a higher grade than what I did, or sort of at a steeper grade, because when we get up to the logging mill up here, then we basically you'll see then it's a little bit steep up there, but I will relay this track at some point in time. Let's just jump out there. I'm going to put a little bit more. I'm going to have to put a little bit more power into the regulator. Get him moving up this hill here. There we go. Our track is going to the left. That's okay because that's going to take us to the platform where we can load logs. So we haven't got quite as much of a slope there as we have on this side. This will basically do us a loop. So we'll go around, we'll go past, and then come around and come back out here. I've done loops in here. Sorry about the mess here. That's the bridge you can see that I created. Just going to a little bit more power into that to get him up this hill. There's the logging camp there. So it's just over here where those this track beside us runs that we actually load up our logs. So a little bit more oomph. Come on. You can do it. You can do it, Betsy. There we go. We'll get her up the hill here. So as you can see, a little bit of power, but she definitely does get uphill. You got to watch that because she will take off as well. So there we go. Just bring that down. Probably have it on about there. So this is where we load up for any cordwood, but we don't want to do that. What we're going to do is I'm pretty sure I've got the track set. I've got the track set to right. Yep, we're going right, and then the next track is set to right as well. So that's good. And that'll take us around the other side of the logging camp here. So let's just sort that out. Bring that in a little bit, and we'll move around the corner here. What I might actually do, I'll go back inside, and I might go into external view if I can. There we go, and we'll bring that regulator down. When you pop into external view, it does remember the setting that you had on the regulator. So despite the fact that that regulator was showing that we were at 0, we actually had a little bit of regulator in it. So this is the loop. I've done this so that we don't have to turn the trains around, although back at the sawmill I do have a turntable in case I need to use it. So let's just check that. Yes, that is to the left, which is what we want, so we're not going to derail there. And this is where we pick up our logs. Now what I like to do, if you're lucky and you control it correctly, you can roll this in here, and if you try and get it about there in the middle, then what you can do is if I jump out of here now, then what you can usually do is you can usually load 2 carriages. So I basically sit here and just run between these two, load these two, load those two up. think I may have gone a little bit too far ahead, so... and then, yeah, I just alternate between the two of them. So I'm going to get these, I'm going to get this thing loaded. All right, beautiful. So we've got those two. I am going to throw it in reverse. I did move a little bit too far forward, so break off. A little bit of that. A little bit of whistle there. And I'm going to have to throw some more fuel in this as well. So we'll just move back just a little bit. Get that off. And we'll stop him right about there. Oh, that was a little bit too sharp, that stop. Could have taken my time a little bit, but there we go. We'll start loading these ones up as well now. Come on, where are you? There you are. Perfect. So that's the process. That is the loading process. All right, that one is done. Let's move this beast forward a little bit. We can get a little bit of power in there anyway. And while the next one's loading up, I'm going to have to throw a bit of... there we go. We need a little bit of power. So we've got quite a bit of weight on now. Just bring this forward. And the next two, I have to load using the same crane. So what I'll try and do is try and get it in the middle. Let's do that. Let's bring that on. And we'll stop about there. There we go. That should be all right. We'll have a look and see if it is. Let's jump up there. Jump over to there. Yeah, that should be all right. So we should be able to load these two from that position. So it'll, once it's filled up one, or it might alternate as well, because I did notice that it does sometimes alternate as well. So as long as you've got at least sort of quarter of a log hanging over that side, let's have a look at what it does, where it does drop that log. Yeah, see, that should be perfectly fine. All right, we'll get that loaded up. And while that's loading up, I'm going to throw some more firewood in the boiler. Then we'll be able to get on our way. All right, there you go. We've got a full load right there. So I'm going to bring the regulator up a little bit of a whistle. And bring the brake down. Slowly start pulling that. A little bit more regulator to get it going. I keep forgetting that I've got a massive full load. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, Betsy. So this is, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carriages. She pulls 6 carriages pretty well, actually, in all honesty. Doesn't do too bad. Little bit of power getting on there in the first place to get her moving when she's got 6 carriages. So I streamed this. I actually streamed this on Saturday night on YouTube, and had an absolute ball because I had a couple of the community members on playing it with me, which was actually really, really cool. It does make a bit of a difference because you can you're not doing everything yourself, if you know what I mean. So you have you have other people there to help you load, and which speeds up that process and stuff. Also looking forward to at the moment I'm basically saving up to buy a second engine. Now I don't think I'm going to buy a Betsy. I don't know whether I'm going to buy the next size up from Betsy or what I'm going to buy next, but I need to put a little bit more power in that to get up this hill. And then when I've got other people online, then I can do logging runs. They can do wood plank and beam runs across the warehouse. I've done a couple of those. I'll show you that when we get back to the sawmill as well. I have done a couple of those, so that's pretty cool. But as you can see, like, we're running at 22% on a probably a relatively flat line at the moment. And we're just about to go downhill, and Betsy's doing quite well with six carriages on, so that's pretty cool. I think it's a little bit downhill, and then once we get to the other side of the bridge here, it goes uphill a little bit with those little janky bits of track that I put in. So let's throw 13% back in, get up the hill. There we go. Now I've got a loop. I've set up a loop up here as well. Let's put a little bit more power in to get her up the hill here. And we are going to the right, which is good. That's perfectly fine. So this is where the loop comes out, and this loop actually loops all the way around the back of here. So, and you can see I've got some carriages over there, and you can see where that loop goes. I've also got a turntable over there as well, in case I need to turn the train around at any particular point in time, which at this point in time I sort of haven't needed to do now that I've got that loop in there, so it seems to be working all right. Let's bring that to a stop. There we go, beautiful. All right, and we will jammed. There we go. Get out of there, and we will drop these logs. Get those ones and get those ones. Now it's not quite long enough for. Oh, there's a couple I missed there. She's not quite long enough for six carriages. It's just long enough for 5. So throw those in. Get a little bit of money for that. Now you don't make a huge amount of money on this. So there is quite a. I think with 6 carriages, we probably come on. You can do it. With 6 carriages, we can probably, there we go, that's a bit better. I think we make about $300 a run, but it's not too far a run anyway, so that's probably all right. So it sort of doesn't really matter too much, does it? Let's get in here and turn you off and bring you in. Let everybody know we're moving. Bring that up until that carriage is in there. A little bit more power. There we go. Should probably go a little bit more. Lovely. Lovely. There you go. And a little bit of brake. Perfect. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome having other players play it as well. I've set up a water tower here, and I've also set up a firewood thing to help with keeping the train fueled up. So normally while they're unloading, I'm normally in here grabbing firewood and stocking up the train. There we go. Throw you guys in there. So they're all done. All right, what am I at now? I have spent a lot. I'm at 2,000, so I'm back to where I started. And I have spent money on carriages, obviously. I've also spent money on a lot of tree chopping down as well. So what I thought I'd do, I'll just give you a quick run. So that's our run. And then basically what I'll do is I'll do a loop around here and start again. So I've got a track going up there. I'm going to have this track go off down there at some particular point in time, but at this point in time I'm not worrying about that at the moment. I'm just trying to make as much money as I can to get a second train running, and then hopefully a third one as well. I've got to fix up that janky bit of track there. I only threw that in because I needed to back these carriages in here. So this loop comes around here and it comes past these platforms. This is where you pick up your beams, and you also pick up your planks. As you can see there, your lumber. Now you use these carriages for those. You can see I've got a whole pile of lumber sitting on there already that I've loaded up. So I've got a little bit of a siding there for that. So they're just sitting in there, and that's to keep this track free because I use this track as a loop. Got that loop going back around there and connecting into the main line down to the sawmill and across to the warehouse. I've got a turntable sitting here and just a bit of a run through there in case I need it, which is pretty cool. Let's see just if we're doing any shunting or anything like that. So we've got plenty of logs in there now. Now the log production it stops sucking up logs when you've got those are full. So, and at the moment they're getting pretty close to full. So I just move around here relatively slowly. I'll keep it relatively slow, and then that's a really bad joint there that I'm going to have to fix at some point. But and then we've got the switch there, and then we've got the switch there going straight ahead goes off to the logging camp, and going left goes off to the warehouse. and the warehouse is where you take all of those things and sell those off. So there you go, guys. That is it. That is a little bit of a logging run, basically, and it's just a matter of loop to earn as much money as I can to get enough trains to be able to start probably moving out towards the probably the oil field and refinery will be the next one that I will do, and I'll probably go and run some tracks off to the ironworks and then move through those hills to get to the iron ore mine. So I'm looking forward to doing that stuff. That's actually going to be really, really cool, working out exactly what we need to do there. But anyway, guys, that is it. Just a really quick one, just a quick run doing logging runs. But that's what I'm doing at the moment. So if you like this one, hit like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.